if you read any headline in a paper across this country this week, you'll see the exact same stories worded slightly differently. Already we've got more energy in this intro. It's war. War is coming. What is it good for? Fuck all. Not the price of oil anyway, because it's going through the roof. If you can get a hold of diesel, that is. Even though not that long ago, the government wanted us all to buy diesel cars. Now I can't get fucking diesel. Make it make sense. I can't. Everything's broke. Nobody's coming to fix it, or even knows how to fix it. And I'm living in a time where I'm told the AI is going to replace everybody's job. Well, fucking hurry up and replace it then. Replace the guy who fixes potholes. There's a start. Come on, Musket. If you're that fucking good, invent a robot that can fix fucking potholes. Could Elon Musk and the Japanese take a minute out of their day to stop either trying to ban Islam, send us to fucking Mars, or invent electronic sex toys? Could somebody invent a robot that can fix a fucking pothole? So in a time where everything around us is collapsing, everything's on fire, and nobody knows how to put it out, there's one beacon of hope, one ray of light at the end of the doomsday tunnel that is the hashtag show.
Welcome to the hashtag show. Everyone's welcome, no one is safe. Welcome to the hashtag show. Winter is coming, but we hate snowflakes. Welcome to the hashtag show. Chucky Allah, we are the people. You should become a hashtag hero. You should become a hashtag hero. You should become a hashtag hero. The hashtag show.
Heroes Council, welcome. We're back for another episode of the hashtag show. Possibly having a stroke. Who knows? Who cares at this point? Huh? I think I'm going to have to start getting one of the fucking pensioner alarms fitted for when the cunt farts or falls over. Now it's reminding me of a story. We're already off in tangents. Lots to talk about this week. Lots to talk about. First to the tangent of my mind. We, if you are new to the show, welcome. If you are a long-time listener, I love you. If you drop in and out periodically, depending on if you see a social media post, hello, thanks for coming back. Like and subscribe, do all that bollocks. And, once you've done listening, share the pod. If you are listening on Spotify, please subscribe or follow. What is Spotify? Is that a follower? Is that a script? I don't know. Can everybody just pick one? See if you're a social media or you're a fucking... We need to stop swearing. I had a lovely telephone conversation with a wonderful PR guy this week about the show. And I'm now trying to get into the professional mindset. So we're going to have to down to a minimum. Unlikely. Apple had that lawsuit. What are you talking about? Apple had a lawsuit not that long ago where everything had to be USB-Cs because every other fucking thing was USB-C, and Apple had to have their own thing because they were Apple. You know, it's got worse since Steve Jobs died. It's got worse. Right? I'm going to be honest. When I watched that document, the film about him, and a subsequent documentary, I thought he was a bit of a cunt. The bold Jobs. But see, now that he's gone and that other dick's in, the money man, bring back Jobs, dig him up. Wherever he is on the island, him and Hitler, fucking get back here. Anywho, they had a lawsuit, so they had to start using USB-C, right? Because every fucking thing on the planet's USB-C. Can we all just agree on one? Is it subscribe or follow? Because you follow on Facebook and you subscribe online to stuff. You're not subscribing to that page, let me tell you. I've had my feet out for 6 months, not a fucking nibble on those tootsies. Anyway, whatever, however you're watching, however you're listening, like and fucking subscribe, man. Come on. Do your bit. I'm doing my bit. I'm putting this shit out there into the fucking metaverse. Come on. Subscribe, you bastards. Anyway, welcome. The start of that got me thinking of a rather funny story about my father before he was placed into the care home. He moved away when I was very young, moved to America, and looking back now, the conversation that the wife and I have had, I should have fucking went to America, not to get away from her, because we both would like to go and live in Texas, but it seems extremely difficult unless I change my name to Mohammed and cross the Rio Grande, which is option B. So, my father came back from America, very brief breakdown. He was ill, he had a severe stroke, and he was housebound. Now, got him set up in his wee house, and he had a bit of money at the time, and he wanted things to, we wanted to make the house comfortable. So we got a big fuck-off TV, and again, because he was relatively housebound, you get him the comforts, right? You get him things that make him happy, right? And see if you have got an old person in your life, okay? Hear this, right? Do not be an arsehole when it comes to money, okay? Because I would say for the vast majority of people, they've worked hard most of their life. And if they haven't worked hard, they've worked. And if you've worked, you've been through shit. And if you've been through shit, you deserve a bit of comfort. So, in your old age, don't start doing all this nonsense that a lot of people do, where they start going, let's not spend as much because that's our inheritance. Fuck you. Right? Fuck you. Because see if you have lived a good life, see if you've lived your life correctly. When you fucking go in the grun or in the oven, right? Calm down, man. Wherever you go, you'll go in there with fuck all. Nada. Zilch. Not a fucking effing penny. Everything's bought paid for, right? Funerals paid for. It's all paid for. Nobody's putting their hand in their pocket. God forbid. God forbid a family member's got to pay for a sausage roll. God forbid. But if you live your life right, when you get in the fucking box, fuck all's left. Because you've spunked it all against the wall. That's how you go it. All right? So, if you're going to go, like we did, to buy my dad a telly, right? Now, I'm buying it with his money. I'm not a fucking maniac. You buy a telly, and you might say, what size of television would fit that wall? Fuck off. Go into Curry's and say, what is the biggest size television you have that I could physically mount on a wall without that wall falling down? 110 inch? Put it in the fucking mini. Let's go. So we got him the big telly. We got him a Lazy Boy recliner because he wanted that. Because it reminded me of America. We got him that. We got him a fancy oven, which actually in hindsight was a good idea. And I would actually advise that all fucking pensioners get this. Because, everybody gets to an age where you fucking start to lose your mind. Deliberately or by mistake. Because it's 50-50, right? A lot of people when they get old, especially Scottish pensioners, will get to a point where their mind starts to go and they start to do daft things. Now, you've got to be very careful, okay? Because you don't approach everything the same way. There's two ways they can start to go mental. They can go mental because they're mental, or they can go mental because they're fucking bored. And those are the ones for watching. All right? Maybe they've tried to phone you 2 or 3 times. You're at work. You're at your work. You can't answer your phone because you're at work. But they're not having that. Because they farted you 60 years ago and you should pick up the phone whenever they fucking want. So maybe your granny isn't here for you. Maybe you don't pick up the phone to your mother or your father once every fucking 26 hours. So what do? They take a heated down the flight of stairs. Or they fucking take their week's worth of tablets on a Tuesday just to spice things up a bit. And then you get the phone call that they're in an ambulance and they're heading up to the fucking Royal and you're like, oh my God, I need to go. And then you turn up to the ward, you break through and you're like, is everything all right? You're like, oh, no, you fucking come and see me. You're like, yeah, bastard. The other side of that is, they put animals in bins and drink bleach. So there's got to be a balance. So we found this oven. I want to say a combination, possibly convection. I don't know. Basically, it's a microwave that's also an oven. Now, you might be saying, Gibbo, that's a microwave oven. And it fucking isn't. Because there's microwaves and there's ovens. And neither the twa should meet. But somehow, somebody sat down, probably a Japanese person, and created this fucking mash of wonderfulness that is a microwave and is also a fully functional fucking oven. Stop swearing. I can't. But what that means is they're not going to sit and cook up a fucking Sunday roast because they're pensioners, right? They'll eat like the same thing every other pensioner eats. Kebab and chips, pot noodles. Werther's Originals. The sooner Werther's Originals bring out a fucking retired pensioners range of ready meals, they'd fucking clean up. Imagine that. That's a fucking idea if you any Werther's Originals cunts out there. Now, the name Werther's Original would imply there's a Werther's knockoff, and they've had to go and go, hey, we're the original. So where's the second Werther's? Anyway, get a ready meal made by Werther's Originals, lace it with everything that the fucking old cunts love. Sugar, salt, fat, racism, sexism. I don't know what a racist meal would be. Cauliflower cheese. What's the racist meal there is? Cauliflower cheese and rice. Double white. White power. There's the episode title. White power. And then so when you get a ready meal, you need to poke holes in it and you pull that kind of layer of plastic off. Make that layer of plastic Werther's Original. A thin, edible layer of Werther's Original. So they could peel that off, eat that and go, oh, I remember I used to go to the cinema for a jam jar. You were born in 1983. I know, but up to dope. The old days were the best. And then they have the ready meal. Cauliflower cheese and rice. And then they fucking go on with their day. What was I talking about? So we got in this oven because it means that you can put, it's a microwave, right? Because he's mostly heating up meals as every pensioner does, but it's a microwave you can put metal in, and that's the point. All right? That's the point. Because I know many a person, in fact, I know someone my age who fucking microwaved a baked potato in their work with tinfoil on it and fucking blew up the kitchen. What a return to what that was. But again, pensioners will do it. They'll put a fucking spoon or a fork in a microwave. Blow the fucking wig clean off. And you're like, grandmother, why? Like, I used to put fucking forks in the oven all the time. So we got in this oven and so we could cook his stuff, put fucking metal in it, right? Just cook metal. Whatever, sometimes you're bored, you're like, we've all done it. I'm going to fucking put a fork in the microwave, see my hams. Because there's no frogs. I feel like when I was young, there's a big thing about frogs in the microwave and blenders. I feel like there was in the early 90s, I feel like a lot of people were blending things. Animals. A lot of animals were getting blended in the 90s. I don't know why. Something in the air. Something in the water. An E number that went rogue. Who knows? But I feel, now I could be wrong. This could be a Mandela effect. But I feel like in the 90s, there was a lot of frogs being put in microwaves. Now, is that just part of a past that I've created? Because I don't know. I feel like a lot of people talk about coloured dog shite. I only ever saw white. Nothing else. Frogs in microwaves. And quicksand. I feel like quicksand featured a lot in my youth. And I thought, I'm going to be honest with you, by the age of almost 42, I thought I would have encountered quicksand a lot more. By the television that I watched when I was young, I feel as if quicksand was going to feature heavily in my day-to-day life. Not once. Not once have I ever found myself in quicksand, which is upsetting because I'm pretty sure that I could get my way out. But I feel like every time you turn the fucking telly on, some cunt was ball deep in quicksand. I don't know why. I don't know if some Hollywood producer gets stuck in quicksand once, and he's like, I'm fair. It was the worst experience of my life. And then that's just been used. I don't know. I don't know if it's a budget thing. I don't know if quicksand's easy to film. Bag of sand, quick, and you go. I don't know. I am not a stunt man, nor am I responsible for filming and producing stunts and films. But maybe quicksand's an easy thing. Maybe they just fucking fill a bucket of sand and then suck you in. Are you up to the day, Charlie? Oh, fucking Charlton Heston's getting sucked into a bag of sand. Off. On a Tuesday. No quicksand. If you've ever experienced quicksand, get in touch, like and subscribe. Smash the bell. Fucking comment below. Send a photograph of you in quicksand. Or it didn't happen. Anyway, my dad. So we got him on the stuff in the house, and because he had a severe stroke and he was effectively a human slug, he had to get a fucking wee panic button fitted, right? And then he would press it if he was panicking. Let Celtic go 2-0 doing it at home. The Rangers fucking pushing panic button. In case something happens in the house. And anybody who's got an elderly person in their life, family member, relative, who's got one of these panic buttons, you'll know that, if they press it, a signal gets sent to somewhere, and then they'll sit on it for 3 to 5 business days and then get back to you. By that point, hopefully they're dead. So I can't remember if it was a text or a phone call, but I got a message saying that my dad had activated the panic alarm and they were speaking to him through the fucking tannoy thing. And he says that he'd fallen and he couldn't get up. So at that point, I was about an hour's drive, maybe longer, away from my father's. And this, of course, like anything that a pensioner does, they never do it at a sensible time. A pensioner never has a fall at 6:30. Pensioner never has a fall at 2 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon. They'll have a fall at 3 a.m. on a Wednesday. Midnight Saturday. You get a text. Your grandmother's left hip's exploded and she's hanging out the back of the kitchen. You're like, in the name of fuck. I've had $2,000, man. I'm going nowhere. So I sped over from the house to be greeted with, and this is where humour comes in. This is where humour comes in, right? Because in the darkest moments of life, it's important to laugh. And I got into my dad's flat to find him sitting on the ground like a fucking raggy doll. He long story short, he'd been sitting watching the telly, living his best life. And the lazy boy, or the recliner chair, right, is all reclined out, fully reclined, my father. And if you've ever sat in one of these things, it's weighted, right? So he's tried to sit up, and what's happened is the back of the lazy boy's came forward because of his weight. It's pushed him on the ground, and then the whole fucking lazy boy has come over the top and trapped my father like a fucking turtle. So I've gone out of the house, no knowing what to expect, to find my father trapped underneath his rather expensive lazy boy. At which point I burst out laughing. He laughed, and then I tried to somehow lift a 23-stone slug back onto his lazy boy recliner because he was adamant that he was sleeping the other night and no sleep in his bed. And I did say to him before I left, if you fall on the floor again, do not fucking push that panic button. He said, I'm not coming back, Billy Boy. I'm no fucking coming back. That was the second worst. I mean, the worst thing that ever happened was when I opened the bathroom door to find him shitting in the hall. That was the worst thing. That was the worst thing. That's something that a son should never see from his father. Unless you're on a stag weekend, then that's acceptable. If you have to watch your grown father take a shit in a hallway, it should be either in a warm climate. The only acceptable way to watch your father take a shit is with a warm westerly breeze. But in a one-bedroom flat in Rutherglen, it's alarming. I came out the toilet and to watch him taking a shit in the hall. And then I'll never forget this. And this, I did this bit in a show years ago. And he looked at me and then he went, "Oh no," as if he'd just been caught, as if I wouldn't know who it was. You know, as if I'm going to come out the bathroom and be like, "Oh no, someone's left as a present." So yes, how do we start talking about that? I've absolutely no idea. But listen, this is the hashtag show. Welcome. I'm dressed like Tony Soprano today. If you're watching, if you're not, check it out. I'm dressed like Tony Soprano. I'm still a fat man. I've lost a bit of weight. I'm not, I'm no Channel 5 documentary anymore, but I'm still big. I carry my weight well, as they say. That is the extension of puppy fat, right? If you're a fat child, the women, because never has a man said about a kid, "Oh, it's just puppy fat," because that's, it's pedo. Usually a granny would say that, "Oh, it's just puppy fat." It's no, you're just a fat Wayne, right? Just say it. My kid's fat. My grandson's fat. It's no puppy fat, right? He's just a wee fat guy. And there's nothing wrong with that. All right? Nothing wrong with being fat. Some of the best people are fat. But if you're not happy at being fat, then you can change. You don't have to stay fat. You're no fucking Lizzo, right? You've not built your whole fucking career and image around being a fat fucking moaning bitch. You've not done that, right? You can be anything you want to be, okay? So if you're fat and happy, be fat and happy. And if you're fat and sad, fucking do something about it. Otherwise, shut up. And if you're none of the above, fuck off. All right? So, I'm in that grey area, that window of purgatory that only fat people will understand when they're losing weight. If you're not a fat person, you don't understand this, right? If you're a fucking normal sized cunt and you're like, "Do you know what? I'm off to fucking Tenerife with the girls for a weekend. I really think I need to see if I could lose a pound, 2 pounds before I go. I'd be great. I lose 2 pound just talking. I lose 2 pound getting dressed in the morning. Right? I sweat out 2 pounds. I shit out half a stone. That's nothing. Right? We're us, my people, my tribe. We're dealing in kilos. We're not dealing in pounds. Right? No fat person's ever went, "I'd like to lose 2 or 3 pounds. We're talking stone, kilo, body parts. Right? We're measuring bags of sugar. Infants, animals, freight. I'd like to lose half a container. Metric tons. If your weight loss target is measured in metric tons, then we can talk journey. All right? If you're wanting to lose a couple of pounds to show off in front of your pals when you put your fucking bikini on in Marbs, don't talk to me about a journey, hen. Talk to me about a journey when you're trying to lose half a metric ton. That's a fucking journey. So I've lost some weight. And I'm in that window, that purgatory, where your clothes don't fit you anymore. Nothing fits you. Everything hangs off you. Right? It's fucking draped. You look like you've done a fucking Red Nose Day commercial with Lenny Henry for the fucking late 90s. Right? You look like you should be in a dirt football pitch in an African plane wearing an old fucking Man City top. That's what you like. It's hanging off you. Right? But you can't afford new clothes. Because you're spending that much money on fucking jagging your arse, weight loss apps, fucking eating healthy. Because God forbid that eating healthy should be fucking cheaper than eating bad. God forbid that I should be able to go to the shops and buy a week's worth of clean protein, fruit and veg that doesn't cost fucking 2 days' wages. God forbid. God forbid that people should be able to go out and fucking put some healthy food in their bodies for less than fucking £200 a week. you bastards. And the other problem is, when big people lose weight, we fucking lose weight. We don't fuck about. You know, I remember once years ago, right, and I am easily influenced, right, and led, and I like to not necessarily help people, but I have got this thing about it where if I'm in a difficult situation, I will absorb the awkwardness to make other people feel at ease, right? I had a friend of mine, she was desperate, she wanted to go and join Weight Watchers, right, but she did not want to go on her own because she's a woman, right? And you might be thinking, Gibble, but that place is full of women. Exactly. And nothing judges women more than other fucking women. There, I said it. So she didn't want to go on her own. So I went with her, right? I went with her. And it was the biggest mistake of my fucking life. I went to Weight Watchers, signed up, listened to all the bullshit, right? Sat in the meeting. It's just AA. That's all it is. It's just AA. All of these things, all of these fucking clubs, whether it's get off the booze, get off the fucking coke, get off the fat, get off the gay porn, whatever it is, whatever you're trying to take out of your life, it's all fucking shite. There's only one way to do it. It's just stop. That's it. Cold turkey. It's the only way to do it. Right? Mother Teresa stuff. 2 fucking onion soup, 2 mushroom soup, 2 tomato soup, 1 bucket for piss, 1 bucket for shite, 1 bucket for party time, 1 for spunk. Get yourself locked in the room and fucking get it out of your system. It's the only way to do it. I'm sitting there listening to these women tell their stories of nonsense. Oh, I've had quite a stressful week. Have you? What have you been doing? Jim, stay home mum, 2 kids. How old are your Waynes? 46, 48. Shut up! Stop eating! But we can't tell people that. We've got to encourage them, give them nonsense. We can't just tell them stop fucking eating, even though that's what you need to do. See all this bollocks about you should be having 2,000 calories a day. Fuck off. Right? Because on one hand, you've got somebody saying, have 2,500 calories a day, have 2,000 calories a day, stick 8,000 calories up your nose and fart out 16,000 calories. And then, literally within one scroll, you've got some other professor telling you, well, in the olden times, you know, humans would only eat once every 36 hours, really, if they tried that. So you probably should be fasting 24 hours between meals. Well, what is it then? What is it, cunto? Should I be eating fucking 3 times a week? Or should I be eating 2,500 calories a day? What is it? It's whatever works for you, sweetheart. So we went to Weight Watchers. This is a wild episode. Weight Watchers. And you got your wee pack. Now, I like stationery. You know? I like it. We book all this stuff. Going through the point system, which did not make any sense to me. The point system was basically everything's assigned, every food is assigned a point system. Different foods are different points. And you would get a certain number of points to have a day based on your size. So if you're fat, more points, which again doesn't make sense because surely if you're fat, you should have less points because you want to eat less. But no, if you're fat, the heavier you are, the more points you get. So in my mind, that's just encouraging people to put on more weight because the more weight you get, the more points you get, the more food you can have. All right? And if I'm joining a club, if I'm coming all the way down to an old fucking scout hut on a Wednesday afternoon to sign up with the fucking Fat Sad Club, I'm not here because I've got a lot going on. And I'm thinking, see if I put on another 2 stone, I'm going to have fucking 30 points at these cunts. So my questions weren't welcomed when I explained that if I walked out my points, I could have fucking 10 chicken breasts for my breakfast. I then explained to her that if I save up my points, by the time I get to Friday, I could have 20 slices of toast. And I thought, that doesn't make any sense. She said, Scott, that's not the points, that's the worst. You can do what points you want. Now, some of us here, we save our points up for the weekend so we can have a gin and tonic. And I went, oh, I see what you've done there. I see what you've done there. And I apologise. I've came in here with valid questions about this absolute bullshit weight loss program that you've got. But I see what this is. It's a pyramid scheme. It's a scam. These are your people. This is your gang. All right? You didn't have pals at school. You weren't in the Mean Girls Club. And now you've built this gang. And you've built the perfect gang. It's a gang of fat, sad bastards who will never leave you. Can't escape because you all need each other. And here I am, trying to lose weight, here just to help my pal out because I know you're all going to attack her. And I'll give you valid questions and you're like, fuck off. Do not ruin this for us. That's fine. I'll take a step back, Sandra. Went the second week to get weighed in, and this is where it all fell apart. Because I got weighed and I'd lost 10 pounds in the fucking silence in the room. The silence in the room. You think I just fucking shot a kid? Right? You think I just fucking whipped it out and fucking showed them that I was a eunuch and went, that's how I lost 10 pounds. Cut my cock off. And then the woman who was running it said to me in front of everybody, how have you done that? How have you done that? Shock in her voice. How have you done that? As in, this isn't designed for people to lose weight. This is designed for you to fluctuate and keep you here. And again, my response, I said to her, I've stopped drinking fizzy juice. I've stopped drinking fizzy juice for the week. And I've lost 10 pounds. And you might think, Gibbo, that's mental. I'm here to tell you, that's a fact. But also, see if a really, 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 really fat loses 10 pounds, it's fucking nothing. If you weigh 100 pounds and you lose 10 pounds, that's 10%. Quick maths. See if you weigh 1 billion pounds and you lose 10 pounds. That is fuck all. Fuck all. That's not even the tip of your foreskin. If you're really fat, cut your toenails. You'll probably lose 10 pounds. So when I weighed in and I got a gold badge because apparently I'd lost over half a stone. So you get a gold badge, a gold star, and I got that on my wee book. And then, again, because you just kind of let me have this moment, you know, of joy, even though I didn't try, she has to fucking reassure the tribe that this is pish. And she said, don't worry, girls. Don't let that upset you. Upset you? We're on this together. We're going to be a team here. Men find it easy to lose weight. That's what she said. And I said to her, Debbie, is that her name? I went, Debbie, what's a woman? How did we get here? How did we get talking this? Absolutely no idea. I will say just now, while we're still with the council, put two dates are up for a new show, Working Men's Club. It's a show, it's about jobs. Jobs that I've done, jobs that I would like to have done. A wee chat about working, the importance of having a job, how it makes men feel to be doing stuff. And come along, Working Men's Club. The first date is May the 9th, and it is in the Town Mill in Straven. Beautiful wee venue. Not been in there in fucking donkeys. I was in there once a long, long time ago, and very much looking forward to come back. It's a beautiful wee theatre. And then on May the 16th, at one of my favourites, East Kilbride Arts Centre. I fucking love it in there. So if you can, please do come. May the 9th in Straven, May the 16th, East Kilbride. Tickets are on the website, bigscottgibson.co.uk. Get your tickets now because I really need your support. Come out. It'll be a right good laugh. More dates are coming soon, so if you can't get to Straven or East Kilbride, fucking watch this space, man. Maybe you can come to one of the other ones. You know? It'll be fun. Working Men's Club. Nice wee title. Should be good. Should be a laugh. Looking forward to it. Getting back on the road. And, what's happening? Right, so I had posted up a wee clip the other day. Excuse me. And it was saying about Thom Yorke. All right. Now, I had a few messages and it was asking where he would rate amongst the 3 M's. Now, I have joked for years on this show that the 3 greatest male vocalists of all time are the 3 M's. It's Marty Pello, Michael Bolton, and Mick Hucknall. The 3 M's. Okay? Now, I would challenge anyone to disagree with that. Now, there could be an argument for Pavarotti, who was some fucking chanter, let me tell you. Some fucking chanter, right? Some people may say Frank Sinatra, Tom Jones, and I would give you that. There is an argument to put TJ in there. But those three, Hucknall, Pello, Bolton, Mick, Marty, Michael, the 3 M's. The body of work, the tone, the fullness of the voices. It's covered in those three. Now, I put up a thing about Thom Yorke, right? I am a Radiohead fan. I'm a Radiohead fan. I love them. They are the band I have seen the most live in my life. They are fucking spectacular. I like them. Not so much with the politics, but I think they are incredibly talented musicians, and I like Thom Yorke. He's fucking mental. He's weird, but he's the voice of a fallen angel. Beautiful, right? You remember the film Sparta where they fucking kick the hunchback down the hill? That's Thom Yorke, right? Kicked him down the hill and they're like, "Big on, evil man." And then he's like, "I'm a creep." Like, voice of an angel. Face of a melted wax candle. If you took an orc and smashed it about the face with a cricket bat and then put a wig on it, Thom Yorke. But what a voice. What an artist. Now, again, for some reason, Radiohead is one of those bands that drives opinion. Much like Coldplay. Now, I would say Coldplay drives opinion more because he's a fucking wet blanket. Thom Yorke and Radiohead are because people are like, "Oh, it's just pure fucking wank music, man. It's fucking telling you this, kill yourself." It's not. It's poetry. It's beautiful. It's fucking magical. But I would say to you this, go on any social media, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, fucking, I don't know. What other ones are there? Whatever ones are there. Anyone you like, pick your favourite, go on it. And just type in people singing Creep or Thom Yorke Creep or people singing Radiohead, whatever. And watch normal people, civilians, try and sing like Thom Yorke or just try and cover Creep. And even if you find one, because most of them are fucking awful, even if you find one that's actually all right, listen to it a few times and then go and listen to Radiohead, Thom Yorke singing Creep, and you'll be like, my God. It's like Jesus Christ has crawled in my ears and spunked in my brain. It's absolutely beautiful. That's the difference. That's the difference. Right? You might look at a band and you might think, I don't really like them. I think it's shite. Watch normal people try and cover some of their songs and then go and listen back to their song and go, I take that back. It's fucking dynamite. So Thom Yorke can never get into the top tier, the stratosphere of male vocalists, because that is the 3 M's. They're locked in. Nobody's shaking them out. Pello, Hucknall, Bolton, they're in there. But underneath, I would say Thom Yorke probably sits within that second tier of male vocals. But then, you may have a male vocalist. I don't know. Get in touch, man. Let's engage. Get in touch and tell me who's your top 3 male vocalists. And I don't think you get a better 3 than Hucknall, Pello and Bolton. Now, I don't know what the 3 of them are up to. Right? I don't know what Marty's doing. Maybe he's still doing the West End acting stuff. I don't know. Bolton is probably out in Canada shooting moose. Hucknall, we know what he's doing. He's shagging prodigies in Monaco. Probably shitting in coffee tables in Dubai. I don't know where he is, but if we could get the 3 of them together, that's what the world needs right now. The world needs a world tour of the 3 M's. Pello, Bolton, Hucknall. Imagine, just for a second, I mean, imagine the cost of the tickets. Just imagine for a second, between the 3 of them, the fucking absolute banger of a set list. Could you imagine? And here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. It's like, fuck it, it's like the Bee Gees or ABBA. See, even if you pretend you don't like it, see when the songs go on, you're fucking tapping your toes, you can't. And I tell you, I could drag you kicking and screaming. I've got his tickets to see the 3Ms. Like, who the fuck's the 3Ms? Who's the 3Ms? Pello, Hucknall and Bolton. I'm not going. See, as soon as you went. See, as soon as fucking Hucknall starts hitting out with Fairground. And I love the thought of coming home to you. Even if I know you can make it. You'd be like, oh, fucking here we go, Mick. You'd be loving it. Bolton, when a man loves a woman like... Sing it, Michael. Marty did his bit. Julia says... No, I don't know if... Can he do the wets? Can he do the wets or do the wets own the wets? Maybe if he wrote it. Somebody's gotta hold back the river. I mean, what a fucking tune. What a song, what a singer, what a band. What a night out. If anybody's out there and is, you know, can get in touch with the 3Ms, let them know I'd love them on the show. In some alternative universe, Marty Pello, Michael Bolton and Mick Hucknall tour together. They tour the world. Think of the three of them just harmonising. It's unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Anyway, get in touch. Let me know. Lots we need to talk about. I've got an idea that will save Glasgow City Council and could revolutionise Glasgow and make Glasgow the tourist capital of Scotland. We'll take the crown back off Edinburgh. I've got an idea. I'll explain it. I'm calling it changing of the cone. That's all I'm calling it. But I will divulge more information to the heroes in the hero section of the show. So we will say goodbye to the council listeners. If you are not a hashtag hero, please subscribe. It's the only way to support the show. It's the only way to support the show. Hashtagshow.co.uk, patreon.com/the hashtag show. While I have you all as well, I am looking into Substack for alternative to Patreon, because I know every single month we have a problem with Patreon. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's UK bank accounts. I don't know. But again, I had 4 or 5 people messaging me last week to say that if there's another problem with Patreon, it's out with my control. So we're going to start looking at alternatives that we can maybe one day migrate everybody over to, or if you don't like Patreon, you can use Substack. So we're looking at Substack now, and I'll hopefully have some news on that for you next week if you have trouble with Patreon, because I know a lot of people do. So we're going to talk about that. We might talk about the Melania documentary as well, because it was good. But either way, subscribe, Patreon, only way to hear this show in full, this episode's in full, and all other episodes with guests coming up as well. We've got lots of guests coming in the next couple of weeks, so it'll be very good. If you can't afford to become a patron, we'll understand. Like and subscribe. Tell people about the show. Spread the word. Help us grow the numbers. That's the best way you can if you're unable to be a patron. But there is a hero inside all of you. So come on. Be a hero. Love you all. Right, Council, speak to you next week. And hero, stay tuned for changing of the cone.
Your time as a council scumbag is ending. Become a hashtag hero to continue. Your time as a council scumbag is ending. Become a hashtag hero to continue. Last train for Scumtown leaving now. Only heroes past this point.
Bye, Council. Bye. Right, guys, that's us. We just finished the episode. If you are not a hero, please do consider becoming one. Patreon.com/the hashtag show. Sign up. Get this episode in its entirety. You've missed a rant. I don't know if it's a political rant, but you've missed a rant. A beautiful, how I will change Glasgow, make Glasgow great again. That alone is worth becoming a hero for. Just to hear that. A wee bit of chat about the Melania documentary as well on Amazon, which is spectacular. So, hashtagshow.co.uk, all the links are on there. Patreon.com/the hashtag show. Become a hero, support the show, get this episode in its entirety, and get every episode going forward in full. Do it. You know you want to. There's a hero in you. I know there is. So do that. Until then, look after yourself, stay safe, like and subscribe, share the pod. Any questions or topics, fire them over. I'm back next week with a guest, which I'm very much looking forward to. So yeah, enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. Look after yourself. Love is the answer, as always. See you next week. Onwards.
Goodbye, dear hero. It's been a blast. For another week we say adios. If you came as a friend or even foe, then you should become a hashtag hero. Spread the show as far as you can. 1 million heroes or a lifetime ban. All we do is speak our minds. We hope you're around for the ride. We are the hashtag show. Everyone's welcome. No one is safe. Winter is coming, but we hate snowflakes. This is the hashtag show. Become a hashtag hero. Become a hashtag hero. Become a hashtag hero. Until next time, love, love, love. The hashtag show.